Yeah, I think there is going to be a split, actually, Jeremy, between some of those who are the protesters who believe that the whole regime has to change, and those who say if the president's gone, then the vice president is all right, he can take over, we will see these changes take place, and then we'll move towards elections. Certainly some of the people I've spoken to saying that they weren't prepared to leave the square unless there was a complete regime change. I don't think that really is something that's on offer to them tonight, because we've talked about this whole concept of there being a power vacuum, and if you were to see an absolute root and branch change, then there would be no choice but the military to take over for the long term, not just a short transitional period. And I don't think that would be acceptable to an awful lot of people outside of the square, and probably quite a lot of the people inside the square as well tonight. Interesting, Jeremy, what we're seeing now, I just had a text from our producer, Neville Lazarus, who's in the crowd, saying that there's a naval officer is now addressing the crowd. We've seen army officers doing the same thing. So they're obviously trying to get the message out from commanders on the ground to try and make sure that they can allow these celebrations to take place, of course, but for everyone to realise that they are on board, that it isn't the old regime who's still running everything, that everything has changed. But there is still a nervous element within the crowd who are concerned that even if the president goes, the vice president takes over, and actually not a lot has changed. Now, really, it will be dependent upon the members of the cabinet, like the finance minister, who are making these assurances that they do understand what's going on, they do understand that the wake-up call has been given to them, and that nothing will be the same again. He is absolutely right in saying that the opposition groups are not particularly well organised, and do not necessarily have huge levels of support across the country, all the various groupings. And indeed, these people that you're looking at now, this revolution, which they've called it from the very start, was completely apolitical. This was not a politically motivated, it was just people who said enough was enough. I think when we saw the trade unions coming out, it wasn't the organised labour movement, if you like, coming out in support of the crowds, but it was individual groupings of the trade union members, and then other professionals joining. We saw the barristers and lawyers out, we saw doctors and teachers out as well. We were told of other ministries being that were effectively going on strike and coming into the square. As soon as that happened, and it began yesterday evening in fairly large numbers in different parts of the country, that really was an indicator that enough was enough, and that the president would also have to be either directed or will take the decision that for the good of the country, he would have to step down. Of course, we're still waiting for that announcement, that speech. We're trying to get information as to when exactly it's going to be. The last time he spoke, Jeremy, was very late at night. It's a bit of a haze now, but I'm pretty certain it was either 11 o'clock or midnight, probably 11 o'clock at night here. So it could go on for a while yet before he speaks, but no doubt final preparations are being put in place. We're not certain if it's going to be live or not. We know that he's been having meetings, or at least we're told he's been